Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A pleasure to be here bringing you the angel's perspective for the month of September. Welcome, and for those who are joining us for the first time, what is the angel's perspective? It is a channel message where the angels will share with us what does the energy of the month will be like, and they will share with us some practical uh, exercises, information that can help us to navigate the energy. They will give us a little bit of an insight in where to be focusing and where uh, are the best possibilities for us to go through this month or each month of the year with much more understanding and in a way uh, gliding or surfing the wave rather than being tumbled in the wave. So this month of September, it is a very energetically speaking, very so full of possibilities. So there is so much happening with the planets. There's so much happening on Earth, and all of that energy. This is an end of an era. We are starting a new era, and this month we have the end of cycles. So right now we are asked and we are being encouraged to shift our perceptions and how we want things in our life more than ever. It is a time this month for us to sit with ourselves once more and to really acknowledge where we are and where we were a year ago. In one hand, that will help us for us to see if we are moving towards the direction that we really want to, if we actually have moved at all, or where just back in January we were talking about putting the intentions and putting the seeds in there. Perhaps right now this is a time where you are already harvesting so many of the things that you have already put out there, maybe jobs or new opportunities or whatever that might be for you. So this is a time for us to, in order to go to the new cycle, to go to the new era, it is important for us to see where we are, how we are. Are we still where we want to be, or it has been maybe different things in our lives that they just shift our perceptions already, and we want to move, to a different direction. So this is a time to be very aware of our own abilities, our own power, and trust and thrive that. Okay, so this month will bring a lot of clarity. The energy will be there for us to be more clear with ourselves, and it will bring that clarity into our lives, that it will be easier for us to see where we're going if we like where we want to be. Now, also this energy will be better understood, and it will be easier for us when we actually uh, see things from a broader perspective, from above. If you imagine yourself being an eagle, so eagles can see everything at once. They can see the whole picture. Okay, when we tend to be stressed, when we tend to be overwhelmed, we tend to see things into this tunnel vision, and we just only focus into the one thing. It is harder for us to see possibilities. It is harder for us to see that perhaps the little bump, for us, or little obstacle, it is almost nothing, and when we see it from above, we can see that maybe we just can walk around it. That simple it is. So we've been encouraged to be very aware when the feelings of stress are set in, because when we are in stress, we can really see things in a different perspective. So how can we do this? Well, I have I have been reminded in the past few days, the importance to sit with ourselves, right? So go inwards rather than going outwards, and to get this information and validations from someone else or something else. So the thing is, when we are seeing things from above here, then like an eagle, you can see all the paths where that will lead you to different places, and choose the path. Choose the path that makes you happy. Choose the path that makes you feel alive. Choose the path that brings excitement to your life, to your day, your day-to-day basis. Because sometimes when we ask for the guidance, when we ask for their support and clarity, or to know where to go, what to do, they were reminding me the importance to also ask ourselves for our validation rather than someone else, including the angels and our guides. Because when they're helping us to achieve what is it that we want to. Okay, they're not giving us anything that they want us to do. They just help us to achieve what is it that we came here to do. So when we align ourselves, our soul purpose, and doing things that we like, and doing things that we feel happy, as soon as we are doing that, we change our perspective, we change our frequency, we change our energy, and we are automatically feeling happy. We have clarity in our minds. We tend to see the positive side of things, to even to the worst things that we perhaps are seeing around us. We start seeing possibilities. We automatically take ourselves into this eagle view. So taking decisions will be important for us if we are aligned with our soul, and honoring that. Because when we don't honor our needs, our knowing, it's like ignoring a child that is hungry. That's how bad it is if we don't see it, in that perspective. We tend to left ourselves behind, or at the last of the day, because we have people to please, places to be, and many of those times we don't feel like we want to do things. Of course, we have some responsibilities. If we have little children, of course we look after our children, but what I mean is that sometimes we are in situations, in relationships, and places, and situations that are not in line with ourselves, and those are not our beliefs, those are not our wants or needs even. So being aware of that it is vastly different for all of us, and honoring everyone else's path, but honoring especially our own path, and do things with integrity. So that takes us to also the energy that will bring us to the trust and thrive things. And we have to things they will be brought to us. There will be opportunities, offerings for us to see again whether we want to stay where we are or not. If we, in this past year or 2 years, whatever reference you want to take from, is that, do you trust your own abilities? Okay, so this is our trusting our gifts and our strengths and our own inner power. We give the power to someone or something else. If the angels would say to us right now, go and jump off a cliff, would be in our highest good? Not really. So our angels would never do things like that. Okay, and our angels cannot take decisions for us. That's why we also have to use our own intuitive guidance, and our knowing, that we know that there are things that we are not supposed to, because they don't align with our souls. Do you really want to take the job? How does that feel in your body? Do you really want to continue in that friendship or relationship with a friend, with a partner, at the job, at work, or the choices that you are taking in your day-to-day? Does that feel good to you? If it's not, if it doesn't, what can you do? And just by becoming aware of that, it is already change happening. And giving ourselves the time to do that will bring the opportunity to really take action. And when we do that, already it is a shift in our energy. Okay, it requires for us to be doing constantly, continuously. It's just like going to the gym and going to if you want to get your muscles pumped up and all that, we have to practice. We have to go to the gym often, and we have to be dedicated, and it'll happen. So if you want to do changes in our lives, and those miracles will happen when we choose to do those changes, and we ask for their guidance and assistance from our angels. Because remember that they will not intervene or interfere unless we ask. Often I hear people say, well, the angels know what I need and what I want and why I don't get it, because we have to ask for it. And also being aware how we are asking for things, because where we put our focus into it, that's exactly what we do not, what we want or what we don't want. What are you putting your energy into? So the people may say, oh, I don't want that, why the angels give that to me? So the angels not necessarily send those bad things to us or by any means, but it will bring us, if we want to get to some place, we might have to do, all of these things before we can get to that place or obtain that. But also that depends on how we are setting our intention to it. If we are not wanting something and we said, I don't want this to happen, we are really, sending our energy and the things that we don't want. If we change it into a pattern of saying, thank you for that, I'm grateful for that, it is a different frequency, it's a higher frequency. So then we can get there, we could say a little bit more direct, rather than I don't want that, but I'm putting my focus into that. So it might take a little bit of a, push it through and, loops in here and there to get there. It's not like it will not come to us. It's just that we have to be direct and we have to ask for that assistance. So it's good to think about future, but how do we see it in our future without being stressed? And this is a very important thing here, because in order for us to also be clear and have clarity in our minds, it is just to get that thought out of our way. But when we are stressed and overwhelmed, we can see it. So what do? We have to feel what it will feel like to be or to experience your new home, your love, compassion, peace, any of those things that you want, and feel it and stay with that, in that frequency of what it feels like to have peace. So how does that feel in your body? You're already having that, and therefore you will get there faster. But when we are wanting something and we said, I would like to have peace, but I can't because of that, we already sabotaging that. So very often, very quick, we take our own dreams and our own wings and we just cut them ourselves. So becoming aware of the why we want things and what would that be the feeling of it, it is going to be the difference for us to manifest anything that we want. So it is really that simple, but we feel that we have to do so many greater, bigger things, and we perhaps have to meditate, or we have to do this, and it won't take that long. It really takes very little. It takes a change of habits. It takes about 20 days. So that's a challenge for the next 20 days. It just become aware of, when you're asking about something, how's that feeling for you? Or are you sabotaging your own wishes and wants and needs by saying you can't, or you cannot, and you cannot even think about that, wishing that you would like that, or wishing to have that. So be aware of that, because that's going to help to bring your frequency into the right side. And that's what I've been reminded lately, actually. Often just, do things that you really like to do, and automatically will lift you up. You will be happier. You will see things more clear. Headaches will go away. And laughing is the best way to bring our vibration up, just having fun. So we have to embrace the energy of peace. That also talk about that. We will be presented with opportunities that perhaps might move a little bit of our inner peace, or we feel like we have to prove our points, or we have to prove our knowing, or we are right about something. And here they remind us that sometimes it is best to take a moment and let things settle, breathe, or meditate before going further with something, especially when we feel that we know or we are right about something, because sometimes we just can't bring the peace for ourselves or for others. It is very easy achieve for us to lose our patience right now when we want to know, we want to help others as well too. The truth is that sometimes when we are seeing something that is not in someone else's highest good, for example, in other people, say we want to help someone and we really want to get our point across, and we are wanting to take care of them in the name of looking after them or taking care of them, we bring so much hostility, and that will take our inner peace away, and for them too. Someone who does not want to be helped or by any means, it will not work. So what we do is just we create more hostility. If someone wants to be helped, then we can actually bring our point of view. We can help them in many ways, just like the angels. They will not intervene unless we ask. So if we want to help someone around us, or there's something that we feel that we have to do, first be aware that if it's wanted, if not, just raising your own vibration, by being true to yourself and honoring yourself, you are already shifting your frequency. The people around you will be benefit of that, because it is contagious. So sometimes we don't have to go out and start doing things or for someone else, or in huge ways. By focusing ourselves into monitoring our frequency, our feelings, our emotions, and taking actions, trusting in our own personal abilities and our own inner power, will create a ripple effect. People will see, what is that person doing? Because I don't know what he's doing, but I like what I see, what I feel. Energy speaks, okay? Even if their words would not, they will not say it, they would just feel like this just feels good. And perhaps, sometimes that's what people need in order, when we honor ourselves and we do things that perhaps many other people feel like, I don't know how they can do it. They just got the bravery, they're brave, and they just, careless, and they just do something. We kind of help them to do the same thing, to say it's okay if you don't like to do something and you do things that you really like. We create this space, we hold space for others to be themselves, and yet we are all one, but with different purposes and different paths in here, and we sustain each other. This net of support for everyone, no matter what, even if they are not in the same path as we are, or they are seeing things in a different way. Their reality is so real to them, like our reality is so real to us. My fear to heights will be something like nothing to someone who is maybe who's afraid of perhaps, I don't know, the dark, right? So someone will not understand why someone will be afraid of the heights. Just go for it and just overcome it. But the truth is that, maybe I have a fear of heights because this is something that I need to overcome on this life. So when we do that compassion and hold space for others, we'll help them also to bring that compassion in their hearts as well too, and that will bring that peace. So we have to be aware that there might be situations that we feel that we have to fight to prove. It's just stay heart-centered and grounded. It is the best way for us to always be in that heart center. We'll be able to hear our guides, our angels very easily. So in order for us to also be able to take these decisions, and especially when they come to us and we don't know what to do, or how to keep that peace, stay grounded is the best way to do it. Heart center and grounded, as I just said. Stepping outside, going out for a good walk in the forest, meditating, coloring, doing things that you like to do, things that is your passion. Ignite your passions again, whatever that might be. If you used to go for a good I don't know, play basketball or soccer games or walks or anything that you feel like it just makes you feel so good, whether it's reading a book on the bench, on the forest, at home, on the couch, it doesn't matter. Whatever that is for you, that helps you to stay grounded, and that helps to bring clarity. It helps you to bring your vibration up, so you become this eagle that you can see the whole picture, and you are able to see the possibilities. And how to take the best decision would be in how this aligns to you and your soul. Does it feel right to you? And if they are so similar and you do not know which one to take, you can just go for the one that makes you or gives you a little bit more of excitement. And that's the first step. Once you take that, then you'll be able to see what is behind that, and everything will be presented. It is hard for us sometimes to make a decision because we don't know what is behind that. It's just that when we are right here standing on this point of view, this point of perspective, it is we are having a little glance of the things and perhaps a little bit of what would that be. But unless we align with ourselves and do the things that we feel that is the right thing for us, will be revealed to us to the full extent, and not even to the full extent. Sometimes you just step into the unknown, and then is everything unlocked, and as we go, everything will come into place and will be revealed to us. It is just by knowing what it feels right to us and what it brings excitement to us that will help us to know that we are taking the right decision, right? So it's where we put also our energy and our focus. I was just having this analogy in Spanish when I was recording in Spanish, and they were guiding me to this, that before I had children, I remember saying in the town where I used to live, I used to think that there was not that many young people in there, or there were no children, there were no kids, and I thought, well, there's majority of the people, and perhaps there was more elderly people, but definitely would not see many young people. When I had my first child, all of a sudden I saw this world that I didn't see, and it was right there in front of me. Of course, I was not, going to the playgrounds because I was working, so my energy, my world was in a different place. So once we open this door that is perhaps sometimes right in front of us and we don't see it, it's like, wow, there isn't, the whole time all of this has been in here. So basically that's what they want us to do, just to in order for us to see the things differently and change our perspective in things, is just to be very aware of how things align with ourselves. Okay, we're gonna have to let go and let flow more of that, graceful in our movements and how we do things. We move into action. We have to be slow and steady and slow. We breathe in and we let things flow. So before we take decisions in a quick manner, sitting with those emotions, how does that feel, will help us to take these decisions, because we are at the end of a cycle and we are starting a new cycle. So there's a shift. So we have to shift our perceptions, because perhaps we are getting out of our comfort zones, and getting out of our comfort zones, it is not an easy thing to do. So for us to be able to do that in an easier way, it is by aligning with ourselves and trusting in ourselves and trusting in our inner power, inner guidance, and our gifts and talents. And they are going to be there helping us and giving us the validations and showing us the way as we go. But the most important thing is just to know that we are the ones creating this, and we are the ones who can choose which way we want, or what is it that we want to experience. Okay, and so we forget that because we feel that we have so many responsibilities we have to perform for someone or for something, either for our family, for our group, or our country, our communities. It doesn't matter to which level. Remember that everything what happens in the collective, it will happen also into our personal world. So the world right now is going through a big transition and changes. So whatever happens in one side of the world will also affect all the other side of the world. Vastly different. Sometimes it depends on the consciousness of each place, and the energy in each place, and each I wouldn't say country, because the countries are just above the earth, where the earth has also chakras. Okay, so each chakra will be different. There's different countries above that, but the whether it is in imbalance or not imbalance, well, that's what we are. The earth is aligning herself. So on this alignment, there is those changes, and that's why for us it's a little bit sometimes different in how we feel, see things, but we are all in the same boat, and it will also affect us in different way. And the truth is that how we want to react to this, how we want this to be affecting us. It doesn't have to be in a bad way. The change is positive when we see and we trust that we are being always guided, but also that we have that power within us. So all of this will help us to have a to be able to change the perception. We are one of the challenges this month, and I guess for the whole year really, but is to see things clearly, our third eye, just to see things clearly. You know, our chakra right here. How can we see things clearly? And in order for us to see things clearly, we have to be grounded. We want to see things with a right perception. We want to go above it like eagle and just to see everything. And how can we do that by being heart-centered, grounded, and really acknowledging how those things feel for you when you are about to take decisions. Does it feel right? Doesn't feel right? Brings you joy or not? When we want to keep that at peace, what we're doing, why are we doing this or that? Does it really bring something? Is this truth? Is this not? Is this just a reaction because perhaps I feel a little bit challenged and something is showing me, or someone is showing me something that I need to look into that. Where were you a year ago, and where are you right now? Do you like what you see? Do you perhaps you already, again, like I said at the beginning, is you already perhaps harvesting some of the things that you put in the ground at the beginning of the year? Perhaps right now this is a time to invent yourself. So whatever it is for you, just know that you are not alone. You are never ever alone. You have your angels, your guides, and they are there to support you. When we ask and we thank for their assistance, there will be magic in front of our eyes. And trust when I said that, because there is not a single time that I don't ask for validation. That will not happen. And it could be as quick as immediately. So trust your inner guidance, trust your intuition, and we will see you here next month with Angel's Perspective. And also we will see you in the middle of the month of September for a channel message where they will be talking and taking this into a deeper level and sharing with us more information. You have a lovely day. Bye for now.